So in this video, I'm going to cover three things. How much I made from having £130,000 invested for 6 years in the Vanguard LifeStrategy 8% Equity Accumulation Fund. How I could have made £65,000 more. But thirdly, why I'm happy with that return. First, let's have a quick reminder of what the Vanguard LifeStrategy funds are all about. So they're a family of 5 risk-graded investments. They're often referred to as single fund solutions, and they offer a diversified mix of equities and bonds in a single fund. So on to some features. They're risk graded, there's 5 funds, and they're graded according to their risk level, and the percentage of risk grading is included in their names. So for example, LifeStrategy 20 has 20% equities and 80% bonds, while LifeStrategy 100 is fully invested in equities. They're diversified. The funds are globally diversified across countries, across sectors, and across asset types. This generally helps manage risk in a downturn, as one area can offset the gains in another area. They are automatically rebalanced to maintain the target asset allocation. This eliminates the need for investors to manually adjust the portfolios. It's relatively low cost. LifeStrategy funds have an ongoing charge, or an OCF, of 0.22 a year. They're available in 2 flavors. Each fund comes in both the accumulation and income version. The accumulation version reinvests all the income into the fund, while the income version pays out the income to the investor, to you or I. There's some things to consider. These are domestic biased funds, as in they're biased to the UK. The UK equity allocation in LifeStrategy funds is significantly higher than the UK's actual global market cap weighting. This overweighting is often referred to when people talk about the historically lower performance of LifeStrategy funds. There are cheaper options out there. While the fees are relatively good, there are cheaper versions of these types of funds on the market. And frankly, they're not particularly flexible. The investor, you and I, can't adjust the asset allocation of the funds or choose specific underlying funds to form the overall LifeStrategy fund. There are several alternatives to the LifeStrategy funds, including HSBC Global Strategy Portfolios, and BlackRock have got similar funds as well. So getting to the main point of the video, I bought £130,000 of the LifeStrategy 8% back in August 2018. And since then, that £130,000 has grown to a respectable £196,000, a growth of around 51%, or 8.5% on average per year. However, if I'd have purchased at the same time £130,000 worth of the Vanguard Global All Cap, I'd now be sitting on £217,000, an increase of £20,000. That's because that fund has grown around 67% over that period, around 11% every year. And even further, if I'd have purchased an S&P fund, my £130,000 would have grown to around £260,000. That's over 100% growth, around 70% on a yearly basis. So why doesn't that make me angry and annoyed? Well, firstly, you can never know the future. So there's little value in over-worrying what you can't control. But more importantly, the LifeStrategy 80%er forms part of my wider portfolio, particularly the bond element of that portfolio. It stabilizes returns when the market has a downturn. Also, this bond element forms part of my wider strategy when it comes to holding certain amounts of assets and allocation in buckets. I tend to hold cash, 3 years worth of cash in bucket 1, 5 to 8 years of bonds in bucket 2, and the rest in equities post that period. This is a bucket strategy, which you've no doubt heard of before, but it's how I construct my portfolio. And also, when I look at it more broadly, when I look at the target portfolio return that I'm after, 8.5% over 6 years is well within the bounds of that expectation based on my portfolio strategy. However, knowing all this, will I change from the LifeStrategy 80% to something else? And the answer is no, not right now. I'm comfortable the return I'm getting. I'm comfortable how it sits within my wider bucket strategy. And for the moment, at least, I'm going to leave those funds continue to be invested in the Life Strategy 8% over time to allow that return to continue to grow. I hope you enjoyed the video. If so, please like and subscribe. And if you've got any comments about the way I've approached this or any thoughts around the Life Strategy 80, then please put them in the comments.